The narcissist has been ignored. I'm going to discuss why narcissists despise being ignored today. Keep watching then. I have a ton of useful information to share with you today. Entering now, I'm glad you are back on my channel, friends, and especially warm welcome if you are new to my channel. Please take a moment to introduce yourself in the comment section below. To ensure that you never miss a new video, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell. So let's get into the specifics of why the narcissist despise being disregarded. Here is the issue. One of the healthiest, most liberating, and most empowering things you can decide for yourself is to leave behind someone who exhibits a malignant narcissistic personality pattern. That being said, narcissists, by nature, can be difficult to deal with once you have made the decision to put some distance between you or completely cut off contact because of their fragile ego's inability to tolerate not being in charge of both of you and the situation. There will, therefore, unavoidably be repercussion when you begin taking steps to separate yourself from a narcissist. The cycle of narcissistic abuse typically goes as follows: idealization, devaluation, disregard, and hoover. Additionally, the silent treatment, ghosting, and stonewalling are frequently employed manipulation techniques that are ingrained in the abusive cycle in narcissistically abusive relationship. They have the right to ignore you, be silent, ghost you, and stonewall you. You hear me? You are not permitted to disregard them, but it's alright. The narcissist claims that it's against the rules. Rules apply to you but not to me. Let's be clear about this now. Stonewalling is the emotional equivalent of denying someone oxygen in any relationship dynamic. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive tactic in which the abuser conveys a negative message to the intended victim through nonverbal cues that are only understood or recognized by the victim and the abuser. These are typical narcissistic manipulation techniques they employ frequently to stay in control of their relationship. You are being devalued when a narcissist gives you the silent treatment. They want you to think you are unimportant and worthless. Additionally, it's a means of controlling and manipulating you. The silent treatment's main objective is to elicit an emotional response from you and manipulate you into making a lot of effort to win back their attention, favor, and approval. That is precisely why narcissists use the silent treatment and frequently turn away from other people. They believe you will find their passive-aggressive contempt and disdain as bothersome as they would if they were the target of such behavior. They will escalate the situation if you don't seem the least bit alarmed and don't immediately fall in line while dancing like a puppet on strings to the toxic and deceptive drumbeat. It goes without saying that narcissists are predictable. The important thing you need to understand and accept is that this toxic pattern will not change once you recognize the pattern and realize you have been caught up in this abuse cycle. It doesn't get any better, I can assure you of that. Recognize that whatever appears to be in the short term is only a temporary situation. You are being misled. A destructive narcissist will have a serious problem because the influence, control, or hold they once may have had over you is slipping away. When you ignore a narcissist, you are likely to also trigger all of their deeply ingrained fear, shame, and insecurity, as well as their deeply buried subconscious abandonment issues. This exposes their lack of control and personal power. You are expected to just put up with it, buttercup, even if they reject, hurt, ignore, stonewall, abandon, criticize, diminish, and demean you all day long. However, it usually doesn't go over well when it's the other way around and they are the ones being ghosted or ignored. You are now dealing with a fully activated, emotional toddler having a tantrum because all of their disowned shadow is being triggered. And when that's the case, it's critical that you take necessary precautions to take care of and protect yourselves. Here's the conclusion. A narcissist's inflated ego suffers a great deal when they are rejected in any way. An enormous ego exists in even the covert narcissist. They are just initially better at hiding it. But overt and covert narcissists are actually estranged from their authentic selves. As a result, they are easily triggered by even the slightest hint of criticism, rejection, or, God forbid, abandonment. But more than anything, when you decide to disregard the narcissist, you are severing their connection to your attention and your emotional response to their harmful attitudes and behavior. Pay attention to the behavior rather than the words when dealing with someone who, in your experience, has a great command of language but consistently falls short on reliable, consistent, and predictable amended behavior. Once more, talking is simple, and someone with a destructive narcissist personality pattern won't be able to back it up in reality or consistently. Therefore, stop hurting yourself by continuing to believe their lies. You are deserving of better. Now that has been said, in my opinion, the only sane course of action for a person who is in a relationship with a narcissist is to, at the very least, put some distance between you. If not, try to completely separate yourself from them. I'm aware that it isn't always simple, practical, or even feasible to do that. But if you can, that will be your best option, no matter how difficult they try to make it for you. The best way to break your relationship with a narcissist is to ignore them. Although once more, I'm fully aware that it isn't always simple to do, and it's best for you to be ready for that up front. When the narcissist realizes their target is rejecting them, you can be sure they will lash out. And you can anticipate that they will go to great lengths to reel you back in. Whatever is required of them, they will say and do. They will use your guilt to their advantage. They will attempt to shame you, followed by flattery, love bombing, guilt, and more shame. They might even make suicidal threats in more extreme situations. You are literally the fuel that propels a narcissist's destructive personality pattern, so keep that in mind if you have been involved with one in any aspect of your life. You provide narcissistic supply. In other words, if you are serious about freeing yourself permanently, the key is to ignore all of their strategies and essentially starve them of their emotional and energetic supply. Even though they may at first appear to be uninterested, they soon start to provoke and mock, among other things. If that fails, they will lash out and start bullying. No matter how bad their own behavior, they will disparage you to anyone who will listen, casting themselves as the victim of your villain, and eventually you will become vacuum. You can depend on it. It will only be a matter of time. They will accuse you of acting and behaving exactly as they have all along, projecting their own attitudes and behaviors onto you. The flying monkeys, or little minions, will eventually be sent out to deliver messages and offer their opinions that, of course, have been completely manipulated by the narcissist to fit his or her own agenda. Narcissists will eventually need to change things around if they are ignored or rejected. They ended the relationship because they had to be in charge, so they are the ones who dumped, rejected, and did it. Seriously, who cares what they say at the end of the day as long as you are taking care of yourself? That's all that matters. They will eventually be forced to go somewhere else to satisfy their narcissistic needs and get their sick kicks, leaving you in peace if you maintain your composure and deprive them of narcissistic supply. And that's a lovely thing. I hope this was helpful to you today, friends. Don't forget to like and comment if you enjoy what you heard. Please share your main takeaway with me. Once more, a very special welcome to anyone who is new to my channel. To receive notification when I upload new videos throughout the week, make sure to subscribe and click the bell.